By his own confession, he says, according to the law, Paul says, I was flawless. Every single law in the book I kept militantly. So if you want to debate the law with Paul, you're going to be found wanting. Okay, so this is Paul. And here's the point I want you to understand. He had a genuine belief of God. And his life proves it up to that point. Because he obeys all the law to the best of his ability. And to the point where now he is an enforcer of the law to the best of his ability. And he believes God, but his lens of God is through the eyes of self. Right? Meaning that the law he understands on the basis that you get what you deserve. And as you know, grace is undeserved, unearned, unmerited favor because God loves you, not because you're lovable. Right? And so, but Paul is an advocate of you get what you deserve. If you pay your tithe, you'll be blessed. If you miss it, you'll be cursed. Paul believes the I am that Moses met. Who do I tell the Israel? God sends me. I am that I am. Oh, okay, all right. I am. So Israel knows I am is God. They don't know him by Jesus. So Paul knows I am. But he doesn't know who I am is. But he's about to. Here we go. Acts 9, verse 3 to 5. As he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly a light shone around him from heaven. Then he fell to the ground and heard a voice saying to him, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Saul says, who are you, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus. Paul's already registered I am. Now I am is known to Paul by name. I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. It is hard for you to kick against the goads. I've already talked about that. Wow. So everything Paul has known to this point has just come crashing down. I heard about that fellow Jesus, but he was just some loser from Nazareth who had a few riffraffs who would follow him around. And they were quite rebellious because they would not submit themselves to the law. Actually, he said he was going to tear our temple down. How dare he? And so everything Paul has known through the legalists about this guy Jesus now has been completely redefined. This Son of Man, as he called himself, really is the Son of God. So he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, so there's the acknowledgement of his salvation. What do you want me to do? Then the Lord said to him, arise, go into the city, you will be told what you must do. And the men who journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no one. Then Saul arose. See, you can hear a sound, but not see what the sound is saying. He arose from the ground, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no one. Wow. So he gets led by hand. This great poster boy of religion now is being led by hand into Damascus. The worst kind of blindness is a blindness you don't even know you have. Paul was genuine before God, but he was blinded to the reality of him because his lens towards God was self, not Jesus. So every time he sees God, he sees condemnation. Every time he sees God, he sees unworthiness. Every time he sees God, he sees distance. Every time he sees God, he sees unrighteous. Every time he sees God, he sees unjustified. Every time he sees God, he sees unforgiven. Every time he sees God, he sees unloved. But now he sees God through Jesus. Every time he sees God, he sees righteous. Every time he sees God, he sees forgiven. Every time he sees God, he sees love. Every time he sees God, he sees justified. Every time he sees God, he sees Son. What do you see?